Casting a line now at 4:30, the news that will attract anglers to eastern Washington rivers and lakes this weekend. And our weather remains amazing for fishing and recreation. Find out how hot it's going to get. Stacey Lee is tracking your first alert forecast. Also, a Northwest mystery. 6 women all killed within 3 months and within 100 miles of each other. Law enforcement doesn't think they're linked, but relatives of one victim believe otherwise.
Now, KAPP Local News Special Edition.
We're on early this afternoon due to the ABC's coverage of the NBA Finals. I'm Madeline Hagan.
And I'm Stacey Lee. Thanks for joining us tonight.
The city of Yakima is looking into doing a feasibility study to determine whether forming a regional fire authority would help better fund city fire services in the long run. Instead of paying for the firefighters out of the general fund, which can greatly vary from year to year, the city would pay the regional fire authority $1 per $1,000 of assessed property value. The fire chief says it'd be the same services, about the same cost to the city, and require no additional property taxes. But it would mean a steady source of funding and the ability to get additional revenue by adding on a fire benefit charge for property owners.
Based on the type of residence that you live in, the square footage, whether it has fire suppression capabilities like a sprinkler system you would get credits for. The higher the hazard, the more the property owner pays in the fire benefit charge.
The fire chief says it's not going to help them short term with proposed budget cuts, including losing 12 firefighters and shutting down a station. We'll have more on that coming up later tonight on KAPP News Special Edition after the game. And our weather has gotten progressively hotter this week. Stacey Lee joins us now with your KAPP First Alert weather forecast.
Yeah, Maddie, it did get hot today, still heating up as we go. Not quite as hot as we thought we were going to be. We were covered with clouds today, and I do see a lot of clouds moving in this evening as we have potential thunderstorms heading to the area overnight. Again, even though the heat wave is starting to die down beginning tomorrow, a lot of heat safety tips for you as well. Again, you want to stay hydrated. Never leave people or pets in your car, and make sure you check on the elderly, especially people vulnerable, our children and pregnant women. And again, most of these heat related issues can happen at different times. Let's take a look at our evening plan. The night out again, nice and warm through the area, staying in the 90s till 7 o'clock in Tri-Cities, 87 in Walla Walla. Here's what's coming up. We've got mostly cloudy skies, warm temps tonight. Thunderstorms continue to swirl around the area. Get ready. We've got a cooler weekend on tap just in time for all those graduations. I'll get to all of that in your first alert weather forecast. Maddie?
Thanks so much, Stacey. Well, it's a mystery that stretches the river between Oregon and Washington. The relatives of a woman found dead in Clark County fear her death could be a part of a pattern. Authorities have been investigating the deaths of 6 women, all happening within 3 months of each other and within 100 miles. The sisters of Joanna Speaks say she was homeless and using drugs. Another woman found dead, Bridget Leanne Ramsey, had lived under similar circumstances. Speaks' sisters say Ramsey and Speaks were friends in grade school and say the two had recently reconnected.
So what are the odds that they die 2 weeks apart from each other in a mysterious way like this?
We aren't ruling that out. We're just asking for people in that demographic, the homeless, mentally ill, addicted, to be careful, because you can't say that they're not connected. We don't have the proof that they're not connected.
And Portland police on Sunday released a statement declaring they don't believe the 6 deaths are linked. Sheriff's offices in 4 counties where bodies have turned up have not come to the same conclusion yet. We're still waiting to learn the identity of a man whose body was recovered from Mount Rainier. Crews located the body in a crevasse on the southeast side of the mountain at 11,000 feet and used a helicopter to bring it down. That comes as relatives and friends worry about an 80-year-old decorated mountaineer who set off more than a week ago to ascend the mountain alone. He was supposed to return a week ago. Dawes Eddy is very experienced and at one point set a world record as the oldest person to summit Everest at age 66. However, Eddy's neighbor says the rescuers had to bring him off a California mountain after a fall.
Yeah, last year they had to airlift him off a mountain. He fell, tripped, busted himself up pretty good. Hit his head, knocked some teeth out, I think. Scarred up his face, but he was right back at it as soon as he could. Of course, we're all still hoping, so we'll hopefully we get some good news here soon.
This climb marked Eddie's 50th ascent of Mount Rainier. The Pierce County Medical Examiner will identify the body brought down from that mountain. Police in Richmond, Virginia, now revealing more about Tuesday's deadly high school graduation shooting. 2 people were killed and several others wounded when gunfire erupted in a park where families celebrated after the ceremony. Laura Aguirre has the report.
I can't shake the image of him receiving CPR on the ground, still in his graduation gown.
The emotional remembrance of an 18-year-old high school graduate, one of 2 people fatally shot shortly after a commencement ceremony Tuesday evening in Virginia.
I shook his hand and wished him congratulations about 20 minutes before he died.
Richmond police confirming the victims' names on Wednesday.
Sean D. Jackson, age 18, and Renzo R. Smith, age 36. These individuals are stepfather and stepson.
The family ties continue with a 9-year-old girl hit by a car in the chaotic aftermath.
She is still in non-life-threatening condition with very minor injuries, but she is related to this family as well.
The suspect, 19-year-old Amari Pollard, is in custody, held without bond.
He was arraigned this morning in Richmond General District Court on 2 counts of second-degree murder.
Police say this was not a random shooting, but a targeted attack, and that Pollard and Jackson had an ongoing dispute.
We sent our team to the hospital last night to speak with the family, who was rightfully angry about what happened to their loved ones.
4 other people are also recovering Wednesday from non-life-threatening injuries. And Richmond residents are coping with being one of the latest U.S. cities impacted by a mass shooting. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
And Chief Edwards says police seized 4 handguns from the suspect, though it's not clear yet whether they were all used in the shooting. Investigators are looking into how the suspect acquired the weapons. Now to the ongoing GOP lawmaker absence in the Oregon legislature. The message now: show up or pay up. Republican state lawmakers have boycotted the legislative session since May. Democratic Senate leaders say enough is enough. The legislature now is fining those state senators $325 a day for not showing up to work. The boycott has effectively brought legislative business to a halt. That's because lawmakers need a quorum to pass bills, and not enough senators have shown up to vote. Democrats hold a majority in both legislative chambers. GOP senators say if Democrats care about passing legislation, they need to embrace a bipartisan budget and policy proposals. The session ends on June 25th. Tonight, Pope Francis is recuperating from surgery. Surgeons in Italy repaired a hernia in his abdomen during a 3-hour operation. That situation appeared after a previous surgery. The doctor said there were no complications, and the Pope was alert and in a good state of mind when he awoke after the procedure. Pope Francis is expected to remain at the hospital in Rome for several days. A priest from a church in Kennewick has been chosen by the Pope to serve as an auxiliary bishop to the Diocese of San Diego. Very Reverend Felipe Pulido, who currently serves at St. Joseph Catholic Church, has been appointed as the auxiliary bishop. Pulido, who immigrated to the U.S. as a teen, is the first priest of the Yakima Diocese to be named a bishop since 1951. The consecration will take place in September in San Diego. Yakima's graduating high school seniors paraded today through the same elementary and middle schools they attended growing up, including Barge Lincoln Elementary. The annual grad parade provides a trip down memory lane designed to celebrate the seniors' accomplishments ahead of graduation. It's also a way to get younger students excited about getting to the next grade up and show them people who started at their school and made it all the way through. It also gives them a glimpse of what their future has to offer.
You get to put on a cap and gown. Your former teachers and younger learners get to cheer for you and celebrate you as you've worked so hard to graduate for the last 13 years of schooling.
Graduation is tomorrow for students at Yakima Online and Stanton Academy. It's also Monday the 12th for Davis and Tuesday the 13th for Eisenhower High. We're baking in this eastern Washington sunshine. Stacy Lee is tracking your first alert forecast. Plus, garden visitors who play a key role in local agriculture, the buzz on bees. Next on this special edition of KAPP KVEW Local News. We'll be right back.
Get 2.9% APR plus $500 purchase allowance on a 2023 Cadillac XT4. Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
Watch me. Watch my first step turn to leaps and bounds. Watch me play carefree while the world goes round. Listen to me join in with every girl and boy. Screams of happiness, limitless joy. Watch me run through the grass and sand. They said I would, now I can. Watch me. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
The Urology Center at Prosser Memorial Health offers the full spectrum of urology care. Services include kidney stone removal, vasectomy, prostate care and surgery, and treatment for bladder and kidney cancers. Board-certified urologist Dr. Thomas Tu is now accepting new patients.
To build a service that's available for patients here, but to really grow and potentially expand that footprint for Prosser overall is well within our reach.
Save with a truckload special on Whirlpool French door refrigerators at Fred's Memorial Day sale.
Check out this stainless Whirlpool French door refrigerator. It's only $15.99 at Fred's Memorial Day sale.
See the latest colors and newest models of Whirlpool refrigerators with one stop at Fred's Appliance.
All Whirlpool refrigerators are on sale. Act now and see this smudge-proof Whirlpool stainless French door for only $15.99.
Take advantage of truckload savings at Fred's Memorial Day sale.
With friends, there are no secrets.
You have a third nipple?
Joey was in a porno movie! If I'm going down, I'm taking everybody with me.
The best way to end your day. Friends, tonight at 11:05 on KVEW.
Coming up tomorrow, with the rental assistance program coming to an end, we'll be talking about how renters can stay afloat. And it's cooler on Thursday, but some showers are also in our areas. Jason will get you prepared with his first alert weather forecast.
Portion of KAPP sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Making a difference. 7 years ago, KAPP met 17-year-old Sebastian Castilleja, who had big dreams of becoming a police officer. We thought it was about time we caught up with now Officer Castilleja, who's going on 5 years with the Kennewick Police Department. He's a huge advocate for the local Boys and Girls Clubs. It's a community he grew up in and eventually volunteered thousands of hours with. Now, a lot has changed since we first met this officer in 2016. He's now a husband, father, and dedicated officer who wants to continue making a difference in our community.
We are privileged to be serving our community, and the community has trusted us with the powers of being a police officer, and that's nothing to take lightly. Everyone that we deal with is a human being, and that's what's important to keep in sight when we deal with it every day.
He's especially focused on keeping youth out of trouble throughout our region, which is why he now sits on the Boys and Girls Clubs of Benton and Franklin County's board. We'll hear more from Sebastian later tonight on a special edition of KAPP Local News after the finals. Now to a live look at Gisa Stadium in Pasco, where the Tri-City Dust Devils will take the field tonight. It's a series that was originally set for Eugene, Oregon. A scheduling conflict means that the 6-game series now moves to Pasco, but the Eugene Emeralds will still be the home team. Tickets for the series are just $5 each, and parking will be free. There's a 6:30 game tonight, tomorrow, and Friday, then a Saturday doubleheader and a noon game on Sunday. And taking that live look outside, our weather has been beautiful lately, and this may bring some buzzing visitors into your garden. We're in the middle of bee season right now, and while they might be a nuisance for some, bees are very important creatures to food production. Scott Rupelius, a Tri-Cities beekeeper, says beekeeping isn't for the average hobbyist anymore because of certain diseases that have been taking out bee colonies. Without commercial beekeepers, there wouldn't be many more bees.
Yeah, overall, I mean, in the late 80s, mites and things came into the area up in the United States from South America, and they carry diseases, and it's caused colony collapse disorder and a lot of different things like that. So it's been a little tougher beekeeping. You have to be more vigilant and more on top of your bees than you ever have had in the past.
It's not only diseases that hurt bee colonies. Rupelius says just last week he lost 104 beehives after a fire burned across one of the properties he keeps bees on. He says that's more than 10,000 pounds of honey lost this year, as well as equipment and thousands of bees.
Now, KAPP First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And again, a nice warm night for a Dust Devil game, but not too bad out there. We do see some clouds in the sky. Our sunrise today at 5:05, sunset at 8:46. Let's take a peek and check out those temperatures as they are continuing to about steady out. We didn't quite make it up to 98 today, but we could see another degree or two before the end of the evening. 95 Tri-Cities, 92 in Yakima. Very, very warm. Now we are tracking some active weather this evening, and you'll start to see those winds increase, especially in eastern Oregon. Pendleton, Walla Walla, we'll see those winds start to pick up a little bit later this afternoon as those storm systems pass just outside the area. And again, we are having a potential of thunder and lightning. Now, our overall setup for today, again, that moisture coming up from the southwest, it's bringing that moist air on up into our area. And this area in the yellow is where we could see some heavy thunderstorms possible this evening, again, into Idaho, mainly in Oregon, but you see it just right there at the tip of Washington. So we are going to keep tracking those storms overnight tonight. Our setup for tomorrow, same thing. It's moving a little bit more to the east, heading straight towards the Spokane area and the Idaho Panhandle. But again, we are still in the swath of that. We could see a stray thunder shower come through the area. That's the potential for Thursday. And our rainfall potential again increases as the day moves on. Very unsettled weather. The pattern continues to kind of swirl. We call it wraparound moisture. And again, the majority of that heading up towards the Spokane and Lewiston area. They even have some flash flood advisories because there could be some heavy downpours. Looks like we'll get lucky in the Columbia Basin and most of that will skip by us. But again, don't count out a thunder or lightning again. Storm chances tomorrow pretty light through our area. The darker green is the higher potential, and the same thing on Friday. A lot of our area has the potential for those thunderstorms, so we're going to be keeping an eye on that. Here's our future cast. We'll kind of show you what we're talking about. Since it's so unsettled, it's kind of random where they're going to land. Again, we see a little swath of rain possibly coming through Thursday midday or so through the area, then on up to the north. Most of it, like I said, heading towards the Spokane area. We're expecting some heavy thunder, lightning, and again, some flash flood advisories are in place for the area. Moving through the day on Friday, again, we'll see those storms start to clear out and then build back up as the day moves on. So Friday afternoon, potential thunderstorms once again through the area. So just be prepared for that for the next couple of days. Now, the good news is moving into the weekend, our temperatures are going to drop. The other thing I wanted to point out is that if any thunder or lightning strikes, it could start some fires in those mountainous areas. So be safe. And again, we'll keep an eye on that. Red flag warnings have expired at this time. Our temperatures overnight tonight again will finally cool down. Staying pretty warm though overnight tonight. Tri-Cities 67, 65 for Walla Walla. We'll see 66 in Yakima, 64 for Ellensburg, and 61 overnight in Pendleton. Tomorrow's temperatures again, 94s. We'll stay in the 90s again, a little cooler than today. Cle Elum 88, 91 in Ellensburg. Through the Columbia Basin, temperatures mainly in the 90s. 93 Tri-Cities, 89 Connell, and 91 in Moses Lake. For our friends along the foothills of the Blues, those temperatures once again just under 90 degrees. Keep sending those weather photos. This one comes to us from Tom Carter. Great view of his garden in Walla Walla. Again, snap the photos and send them to slee@KAPP.com. Maddie?
Thanks so much, Stacy. STCU and KAPP local news are looking for community volunteers in Benton and Franklin counties to go that extra step helping us all. If you know someone like this, please nominate them by clicking on contests at yaktranews.com. About every 6 weeks, we choose a volunteer to profile on KAPP local news, and STCU awards his or her organization a $1,000 donation. Thank you for nominating someone, and a big thank you to all volunteers who make our community stronger.
I heard him. Okay.
Portion of KAPP sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
There's no other word quite like home. Not house, not residence, not dwelling. Because it's more than any specific place. It could be in the team spirit that keeps your heart pounding the whole drive over the mountains. It could be in the friendships that make you do one more lap around the park. Or make you able to laugh at yourself. It's a feeling, a belonging. And that's really different for everyone. So while we can't define what home is to you, What we can do is help you get there.
Find your way home in a new Chevrolet from McCurley Chevrolet and online at McCurleyChevrolet.com.
Who has the deals? Furniture Row! Who has the deals? Furniture Row! The Memorial Day Super Sale was so great, we just had to extend it. And with trucks still rolling in, the savings keep getting better and better. The more you buy,
the more you save. Save $100 for every 1,000 you spend.
Check out special purchases while they last. And financing? We're talking 6 years, no interest. But don't wait. The extended Memorial Day Super Sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
It's Men's Health Awareness Month. Take charge of your health with regular checkups and know the risks of your age, ethnicity, and lifestyle. Get more information at yaktrynews.com.
Sponsored by Prosser Memorial Health. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Anyone can get injured at work.
At Bothwell and Hamel, we help workers from all walks of life get workers' compensation benefits.
Laborers, machinists, welders, carpenters, healthcare providers, office personnel, and more. If you were hurt, we want to help.
If you can't work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call toll-free 1-888-665-8630. Bothwell and Hamel.
Come shop the largest selection of RVs in the Tri-Cities at Appleway RV. Save big on Class A's, Class C's, travel trailers, toy haulers, and fifth wheels. Shop America's top brands, Rockwood, Tiffin, Newmar, Dynamax, and more. With a huge selection of pre-owned RVs. Plus, get maximum value for your trade. All with no payments for 90 days. Come shop the clearance event at Appleway RV Pasco.
Now to the end of the Gulf War between the PGA Tour and Saudi-backed Live Golf. The two now joining forces, ending a feud that drew battle lines across the golf world. ABC's DeMarco Morgan has more.
Fierce reaction after the PGA Tour's announcement that it's merging with its Saudi-funded rival Live Golf.
We just realized that we were better off together than we were fighting or apart.
It's an about face after a years-long rivalry. Liv has paid top dollar to poach some of the biggest names from the PGA, including Dustin Johnson and Phil Mickelson. Players faced backlash for joining a tour backed by a country linked to a history of human rights abuses, including the murder of Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi.
I don't condone human rights violations at all. I'm certainly aware of what has happened with Jamal Khashoggi, and I think it's terrible.
Golfer Rory McIlroy reportedly turned down a $300 million offer, and Tiger Woods a $700 million offer to play for Live in the past. Golfers say yesterday's merger announcement came out of the blue. Not everyone took issue.
I've dedicated my entire life to being at golf's highest level. I'm not about to stop playing golf because the entity that I play for has joined forces with the Saudi government.
But a group representing families of the 9/11 attack victims say it's shocked and offended and accuses the PGA and Commissioner Monahan of hypocrisy, saying it appears their concern for our loved ones was merely window dressing in their quest for money. Just last year, Commissioner Monahan had these words for players who signed up with Live.
I think you'd have to be living under a rock to not know that there are significant implications. As it relates to the families of 9/11, my heart goes out to them.
And the Combined League is so new, it doesn't yet have a name. As for Saudi Arabia, it's also luring talent from the soccer world, most recently superstar Cristiano Ronaldo. Now we have a lot more news to share with you on our mobile app. You can use the camera on your smartphone to scan this QR code. It's also at the bottom of your screen throughout the show. The code will take you right to our app for news and weather on demand. It's free to download and there's no subscription fee. We'll be right back after the break.
TriQ Credit Union C3 Slam comes to Richland July 8th and 9th at John Dam Plaza.
The Memorial Day Super Sale at Furniture Row has been extended, and with trucks still rolling in, the savings keep getting better and better. Save $100 on every 1,000 you spend, plus 6 years, no interest. But hurry, the extended Memorial Day Super Sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
It's a celebration of Merlot this summer in Walla Walla, July 13th through the 15th. Join more than 50 Walla Walla wineries for Celebrate Walla Walla Valley Wine. Take part in special tastings of rare library wines, enjoy intimate winemaker dinners, and gain access to premium Merlots during the wine panel presentation and tasting. Participate in this full sensory experience from July 13th through the 15th. Tickets are on sale now at wallawallawine.com.
Today, Grady turns 1. Already he plans to wrestle alligators, try his hand at the culinary arts, and explore the world. With Dream Ahead College Investment Plan, you can start saving for their future anywhere in the country. Don't borrow your children's future, build it at 529.wa.gov.
I love this dress.
This dress I have worn 6,000 times. And you pretended like you used to watch this show.
Next live, Anthony Ramos from Transformers. Tomorrow morning at 9 on KAPP.
Hi, I'm Eddie Morphine from Morphine Law Firm. If you've been wronged and you need to make it right, give us a call. We're not afraid to fight. If you need an attorney with your best interests in mind, give us a call at Morphine Law Firm.
Hey, check out the new Oreo Brookie Blizzard at DQ. Oreo pieces, brownie, and cookie. This treat is doing the most, which makes it the perfect treat for when you're doing, well, the least. Oh, this is nice. Oh, come on!
Hey, neighbor!
We were enjoying a moment with the Oreo Brookie Blizzard. Okay. This is more like it. Enjoy your Oreo Brookie Blizzard moment today. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Get 2.9% APR plus $500 purchase allowance on a 2023 Cadillac XT4. Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
The Memorial Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress has been extended. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. And check out the Summit Firm for only $299.99, plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. Hurry, the extended Memorial Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
Welcome back, everyone. Stacey Lee joins us with a final look at the First Alert forecast.
That's right. Well, we'll take a look at our 7-day planner again. Tri-Cities, another warm day tomorrow. Look for breezy conditions. And yeah, we still have a slight chance of some thunderstorms, 10-20%, but could increase in the afternoon. Same thing on Friday. But look at the temperatures. We go from those 90s and we drop right down into the 80s. Weather's looking good. I know a lot of graduation parties and graduations are happening this weekend. So weather looking good. We heat back up into the first part of next week. Let's take a look at Yakima again. It's going to be nice there this weekend as well. And again, those temperatures staying nice and warm as we move into your weekend. So again, have a good one out there. Again, yes. Happy graduation to the class of 2023.
So exciting, and not too bad for graduation parties because they're usually outside. Not
right.
Too hot.
There you go.
The NBA countdown is next, followed by the Game 3 of the NBA Finals, Denver versus Miami. KAPP TV Local News is back after the game.